Welcome back to Politics Watch. This is Sir P. Now, let's get into the serious matter now. We could talk now, people. Inner city communities, ghetto communities, garrisons, whatever you want to call them, are not the poorest places in Jamaica. People of Jamaica, I did warn you that 2020, I'm charged, right? And you've seen the work. And let me tell you something, people. Right now, I might as well change my name to Cripple, because enough people can't stand me. See, they much rather the lazy narrative, right? Because not only does it absolve other people of responsibility, but it make them sleep better at night, right? So make we go into the meat of the matter now. See, enough people, and as a lot of the information I'm going to put in this video, some people might not know the numbers, but enough Jamaicans know this, that for years, one of the biggest lies them tell at Jamaica is that the poorest people in Jamaica, the people who suffer the most, we talk about absolute poverty. If anyone want to describe it, dead, free, hungry, whatever. Most affected regions in Jamaica are not the inner cities you hear your favorite artists them sing about. They're not the Jungle and the Rima and the Tivoli and the Baktu. They're not Seaview. They're not Cockburn Pen. That's been a lie. It's been a lie for years. But people continue to push the narrative. People of Jamaica, I've said it many times, but no, I'm not going to look at it nation to nation, because I've done a video like this before where I've shown you that if the lazy narrative that says, well, people commit crime because they're poor, and because they're poor, why them do this, then the poorest nations on earth should be the most violent nations on earth. I've already done the video showing that is a complete farce. So this time I'll keep it local. I'm not compare nothing to foreign. I'll keep it completely inside Jamaica. Look at your screen right now, people. See Kingston metropolitan area, that's KMA. To the right of that, you see other towns. They're basically equal, 14.3 to 14.7, right? And that is the proportion of population living below the national poverty line, right? And this is the latest one I could find, 2015, right? People of Jamaica, look to the far left. Who knows this so? Rural, 28.5. Let me read them right in the corner. In rural areas, however, the level of poverty exceeded the national level and was recorded at 28.5%. This indicates that the prevalence of poverty in rural countries was almost twice that of the KMA and other towns. In other words, Kingston metropolitan area, right? Let's call that town, for the sake of argument, town, Kingston and St. Andrew. Other towns mean the town part of every parish. For example, the town part of Mobile, the town part of Westmoreland, town part of Manova, etc. As you can see, basically, town where they want to be Kingston and St. Andrew are town in another parish, more or less equal. But rural Jamaica, aka country, aka bush, that right there is where the poorest set of Jamaicans live. The most destitute Jamaicans don't live a Jungle or Rima or Tivoli. The most destitute Jamaicans live in rural Jamaica. We are talking about some place where not even have light. We are talking about some place where man still have to walk much miles to carry water upon their head. Why am I talking about this? Because the narrative that, oh, well, the reason why somewhere like Tivoli get running upon so much and JDF go run they call them poor. Well, on the people where I go down like that, man. Warm up, I'm not ready for work yet. Warm up. People of Jamaica, look at your screen right now. I'm not going to talk about poor place now. Let's play a game of which parishes I keep seeing coming up over and over. Now, according to the 2002, because we're going back to 2002, don't worry, we'll give you some more modern one just to show you how far back we go. Because when I want it to appear like, say, I just know them parishes are falling in poverty. According to the 2002 survey of living conditions jointly published by the Planning Institute and the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, St. Ann and Portland had some of the highest percentage incidences of poverty in 1998 and 2002. St. Ann the third and highest, Portland the fifth and second highest respectively. I find it fascinating that St. Ann even always come on these poor lists, because St. Ann the home of Otrius. What's the most tourist money make? Anyway, that's for another video. Let's please look at your screen again. We're changing the screen now. From 2002 we're going to 2008. See what it says? St. Ann is the poorest parish. Portland, St. Thomas trail. In other words, St. Ann's first, Portland second, St. Thomas third. Now we're there to about 2008, right? 2010 them time. Because we are getting more we are get the data get more updated and updated. So more honestly say 2002, St. Ann and Portland, 2008, 2010, St. Ann, Portland, St. Thomas get shown in right now. Look on the screen again. Now we're at 2017. The parishes of Portland and Hanover had the highest per capita registered poor, while Manchester had the lowest. Now, this is very important, per capita. We now just look on the sheer numbers because obviously some parish bigger than some. We now reach per capita. Portland and Hanover. Now, people of Jamaica, which parish did you just see consistently from 2002 2017? Which name kept coming up over and over? Oh, that's right, Portland. See, the lazy thinkers, the people them with one bag of degree, right, from university, Ayaso and Deso, people who have all kind of criminology and sociology degree, who claim to them study them thing and know them thing, will tell you say, well, because them poor, and if them poor, then that is why. Can somebody explain to me, why is it that Portland, that is obviously one of the poorest nations in Jamaica, and according to this top 2, right, it has consistently been top 2 from 2002 till now, also just so happened to be the parish with the lowest crime rate in Jamaica? Come now, talk we are talk. All big shots from you where you take, anyone you come from, run in the comment section. Funa argument, including Mr. Artist and the artist them, one of them. Mr. Politician, one of them. Poverty equal crime. Poor equal crime. So not only have I shown you that the poorest countries in the world are not the highest, don't have the highest murder rate, I've just shown you that the poorest parish in Jamaica, the poorest parishes in Jamaica, do not have the highest murder rate. Portland, if Portland get 10 people killed in 1 year, that is disaster. But them are the poorest of people in Jamaica. Come on, let's go, work me and work. People look on the screen. It says Portland remains among the poorest parishes in the country with more than 21.5% of residents living in poverty, according to the Planning Institute of Jamaica. And if you want to know, and this is the Jamaican definition of poverty, right? So if you want to see just how poor you have to make the list there, go and go check it out on Starting J and them side there. People of Jamaica, 21.5%. In other words, just round up to 20. 1 in 5. 1 in 5. Portland, shot through the fire Portland left, right and center. St. Thomas, St. Ann, I could look on the parish them now, no? I could look on the parish them in Jamaica, people. Now the screen grab that I showed you that said from 2017 when Portland and Hanover, right, were the 2 poorest per capita, right, and then Manchester was the lowest. I've actually put some arrows on the screen just to put a little visual representation of what that actually means. You see the red arrow? That's Portland, and this is 2017 murders by parish. The red arrow, that's people upon that. Portland is so small that them couldn't even write the 9 beside it. Come on, the people of Jamaica. Where them say poor equal crime, poor equal murder, poor equal whole heap of gangs and death and destruction. Where them say Serbia food in a culture and mindset, in food in which places are acidic, that them say. Alright. Look on the screen. The poorest parish in Jamaica. Top 2 every year. Crime, murder is so low down at Portland, them can't even write the 9 beside it. It's so, them have to draw one line and then put the 9 outside it. Come on, people of Jamaica. Then, what was the other one? Hanover. Hanover is in yellow. So by the way, people, Portland is red arrow. Hanover is yellow arrow. Down at the bottom right there, so. Right. The next parish that had the highest amount of crime per capita. Look at that. Hanover 61. 61. Again, these 2 should top the list according to simpleton logic. Poor equal crime, poor equal murder, poor equal gangs. Okay, we could look at Manchester, which are the lowest. Manchester had the lowest amount of poverty per capita. So Manchester with the blue arrow, 46. Interesting. So the reverse would be true for Manchester. Manchester would have the lowest amount of murder in Jamaica. Portland should have the highest. Manchester is not the lowest. Manchester, 46. Right? St. Elizabeth had less. Right? People, listen. It's in front town, you know. Explain this to me. You see, the reason why I'm have to bring this up is because the narrative says that, the reason why JDF running and police running in Augustown and West Kingston is because them hate poor people and them just want to kill poor people. So I'm asking a question. If JDF get up every morning with them goals to kill poor people, why them not go to Portland? Why them not go to Portland? Why them not go to the rural part of Hanover, the rural part of Westmoreland, the rural part of Manchester, the rural part of Clarendon? We're not talking about which part of the real poor people in Jamaica there. Ghetto people, ghetto communities are not the poorest of people in Jamaica. That is false. That is a complete lie. See, but I'm not teaching that in the criminology course. Because I have to maintain the narrative, that lazy narrative that exonerates crooked ass politicians, crooked ass entertainers and celebrities, the crooked ass agents them want to teach them about foolishness in the classroom, right? Them kind of information there, exonerate them, right? You have agents everywhere in a society. You have agents all in a university. You have agents in a hospital, feeding into the narrative. People of Jamaica, this one I'm telling this. You have your fellow citizens right now. Every day when you get to talk about Jungle Rima Tivoli, you have Jamaicans. Right now, 2020, we have light. We have running water. I'm not talking about them. No artists not talk about them. Nobody not sing no song about them. Why? Because there's no hype attached to it. Nobody not get no hype by singing about Portland. Nobody not get no hype by singing about St. Ann. Nobody not get no hype by singing about the rural part and some dark, some bushy part of St. Thomas. The only people, a matter of fact, what the artist sent Popcorn come from over there, I don't know the only reason why you hear. You might hear St. Ann name called. People of Jamaica, listen to me. Nobody can tell me about poverty. Right? We don't talk about nothing when we sit down in a classroom and learn. People of Jamaica, a years it take me to know what a whole of bread look like. Let me say that again. A years it take me, when I'm a big boy, it take me to know what a whole of bread look like. I'm not born come see no whole of bread in my yard. A half a bread and quarter bread me used to buy when my mother send me go shop. I don't know what we talk about, and man I try to come tell me about what them learn and what them and which course them do. Can't tell me nothing. Let me tell you something, people of Jamaica. Ghetto people in the city communities are some of the cleanest that people they made fine. Don't make them start get dressed up on you. The idea said man run a Tivoli and jungle are on the verge of malnutrition and they're so destitute and them they on the brink of death. That force them to go shoot, man. That is nonsense. Them people who see them thing they are classroom them sit down and hear that. A lecture room them sit down and hear that. Anybody who know nothing about the garrison knows that ghetto people are some of the cleanest people when they're ready to step out. A matter of fact, enough inner city communities, enough bad man place, so-called bad man place. If you actually go around there, you see it's a nice community them. Then those full of beer criminals. Then there's something for have enough criminals around there mixed up with law-abiding citizens, right? There's a huge concentration of gunmen. That no means say, they're desperate and they're on the verge of death. For example, a place like Seaview. Seaview is a nice community. And no whole heap of law-abiding, hard-working people have them nice legal job living at Seaview. It just so happened that's whole heap of gunmen also live around there. Because it's also a highly acidic place. And pre this, the same TV where the uptown they do in the ghetto. The same 60-70 inch TV where you have in your yard, up at Cherry Garden, man in a jungle of that. The same fridge with the two door where you push the little something and the water come out, we wanna have over Narbrook, man down a Tivoli of that. Any brand you want to think of, Louis Vuitton, go on, name it, Gucci, Yves Saint Laurent, demand them of that. Go up on the corner and go sit down. A matter of fact, if you go up on a certain ghetto corner and sit down and pose up in a cheap brand, with them do them laugh off for you. Come on now. We're not talk about how reading on a book. Then they teach you that in a criminology class though. Me say if you go around a jungle, Riemann in place, back to Mountain View, and you go down on the corner and sit down and a certain little cheap brand, man, I laugh off for you. These are the communities on the claims that man are dead for hungry and are forced to go in a crime. Come on now, work me and work. Hit that dislike button. You know what? A matter of fact, forget about Portland. Forget about Portland, forget about Hanover. Forget about the rest of parish them. Right? We're not even gonna compare parish to parish now. I could just start about inner cities. How much garrison in Jamaica, people? Of the dozens of garrisons in Jamaica, they see them 4, 5, 6 names on a year every time. Why JDF never run to them garrison go shoot them too? Them a garrison them poor too. Come on, let's go. Why are the same? Why is always the West Kingston and the Mountain View and the Cockburn? Why the same name them a come over and over? When you want to start list out garrison and hear how much of them only hear them name call upon nothing in how long, you have garrison will go all 1 whole year and a shot and nobody dead. So if police just go around they go target man just through a garrison and through them poor, then people they on TV are protest too. Since your argument is, well, because you're poor and you get to why them come under pressure you. People at Jamaica understand this. Just like how you have some parents where every minute them pitting down in front of the principal for disciplinary reasons. There's 1,400 pitting at the school and every minute at the same 30 in a trouble. And the parents them for them 30 there, when they come, them find every reason for blame principal, them blame teacher, and say you fight against my pitney. No, who my pitney do? Just because they won't accept, so them pitney have a problem. That is what the people them who do the whole you fight against garden, that is what them do. Instead of saying, listen, there's some serious issues on our West Kingston, them jump on the lazy option, on top of not even lazy. Because them know what them do. They can't be that slow, right? They jump on the pandering, the pandering self-righteous option. Yeah, but that's true. Just because the JDF and fight poor people. Come on now, people at Jamaica, will not listen to me. I say parents see them pitting down at principal office every day. Look how much pitting at the school and them down at principal office. Why? Oh, that's right, because the principal and the dean of discipline and the teachers then just decide to pick out them 30 pitting and fight them non-stop. Yeah, alright, cool. Okay. Sure, if that you want to work with, fine. Work with that. When the people them of Jamaica, when the residents of Jamaica come out of them car and I walk going on a cash machine, and them a turn them neck left, right, like a road them across, till all them neck start hurt them. Who them a look over them shoulder for? Are they looking over them shoulder, fearing say one JDF soldier a come wet them up? Are they looking over them shoulder for police? No, they're looking over their shoulder for criminals. You're looking over their shoulder for 87s. When Jamaicans buy one little gold chain and if you tuck it in their shirt and take off their ring when I walk go downtown, a JDF them afraid to take it off of their hand. Them afraid say JDF go chop out them hand feet. Come on, people. The narrative is ridiculous. I know, I don't have to state the obvious so that there are corrupt members in the security forces. My channel built upon that. My subscribers them know that. I don't have to tell, I don't have to repeat that. Right? The people them who want you, me say that are people them who too lazy to go through my channel and check out the other videos I've done. So I don't have to state the obvious. But the narrative is simply ridiculous. People exaggerate and blow up things and shape things how they want it for their own personal and political and social agenda. Remember ask people at St. James, Mobile people, talk to me right now. Since the simpleton argument is that crime is a sickness that we know and everybody know money are the antidote. If that is so, people at St. James, talk to me. Did the bag of money that influx into St. James make it more violent or less? Remember, money is the antidote. St. James people, Mobile people, did money make St. James murder rate increase or decrease? Did the bag of youth them with millions of dollars to spend all of a sudden, did that decrease the amount of gun in the place or increase? St. James people, I want to alone more answer that. Mobile people, I want to alone more answer that part. They say, since money are the antidote, since everything for these Samaritans is poor and rich, that is why crime. Okay, did money make St. James become more peaceful or less? Talk to me. Money are the antidote, right? That's all there is. It's not culture and mindset. I was the one who said culture and mindset, and culture encompasses all of things, right? And I was the one who also said, yes, poverty is a factor, right? I told people in Jamaica to look at crime like a car. Didn't I say that? And you have this part of the engine, this part of the transmission, this part of the seat. Didn't I say that? My subscribers didn't hear me say that. I never said poverty have nothing at all to do with it, right? But JDF them running because them poor and if the reason why they commit crime because them poor, lazy nonsense. Lazy nonsense. People are Spanish Town. Step forward now. One of them. One not hide for. I'm not St. James alone. Spanish Town people. Who remember the time Spanish Town is a nice place? Who remember the time people used to leave Kingston, go Spanish Town, go look a better life? Who remember that? People remember that? Spanish Town people, I'm asking you something. The bag of money where clans and one other start make after the extortion thing along there, did it increase or decrease crime? When Spanish Town was always a normal working class space, like back in the day, compared to when the bag of money start running, because remember the money are the antidote. Money is the antidote that cures crime, right? When the bag of money start flooding, when clans and one other start making the bag of money, what happened to the parish? Come now, make we talk now. People of Jamaica, the reason why I miss a culture and mindset is because if you go in a certain place, if you want to see certain communities mash up, make a bag of money dropping it right now. See, they don't teach you that in a criminology class. They don't teach you that in your criminology class. So if you want to see certain Jamaican ends mash up, and man start get fling left, right and center, make a bag of money running at the place right now, and you see what? Make certain youths get a bus, right, and some real money dropping at it, man. People of Jamaica, innocent people, what the first that thing them start for buy be a gun to send come back. If they ain't got foreign, the first thing they start tell you, yo, me if you get a link, forget some machine, me send back into the place, you know. What happened there, so? They not send back no computer, they not send back nothing to elevate the youth them that the community, they must send back gun. Right? That is culture and mindset. Not for your favorite politician, their favorite artist, not for your favorite criminal dressed up in a suit. That is what them do. Them get rich, and when they get rich, then go buy a gun, carry back, go put in the community, because they want to done, they want to era leader. So you see, when you hear people do the whole, because them poor argument, them people them just start about, your politicians, your celebrities, etc. The reason why them love jump on the poor wagon is because it absolves them of any responsibility. It make them sleep better at night. Because you see, them know, say them directly and indirectly lead, encourage and nurture crime in Jamaica. Your favorite politician and your favorite artist who buy how much gun give the youths them, the way how him sleep good at night time, right? So him they get haunted is because him tell himself so well a poverty cause it. I'm born comes to poverty. Me born comes to poverty say, hey, it's not me, right? This is how them absolve themselves of responsibility, and Jamaican people sit down and listen to them kick this nonsense and allow it to happen. So we not call them out. When you hear your granny and your grandpa tell you say there was a time in Jamaica when in any parish them could have lie down and drop asleep on them veranda and wake up in the morning sleep. When them could have got them bed with them door and them window open. You know which period of time that was in Jamaica? There was a period of time when Jamaicans never even have toilet for use. There was a period of time Jamaicans were so poor, a chimney and them have to use. No light, no water, absolute desperation. We only call poverty now in 2020 a joke thing. A complete joke to what them Jamaicans they used to go through. And back then people used to look out for each other, people used to love each other, we used to have communities. Back then the village raised the child. Back then the family was intact. I will not tell foolishness. Listen. People of Jamaica, I'm telling you, 2020 I'm charged. 2020 I'm charged because people that come over. Right? Other YouTuber come over here come tell me. Right? The person who built them channel and calling out corrupt cops come tell me, say me. I back police. Right? No, I'm a back truth and reason. That's who me back. Back police. This was built. Right? And truth, reason and logic. And if me read something off for Observer, and then it turn out say Observer themselves say and I say go, people want to tell me say, oh well see, you said that on it wrong. Well, one whole Observer to them standard there and Gleaner. They read the news article I'm read, and that's where I get it from. Right? If them can make mistake, why Serpy can make a mistake? Well, I'm held to a higher standard than the Gleaner on Observer. Right? Nobody now comes to come reshape the narrative about Serpy back. Serpy back people who deserve it. There is a reason why when certain families who really need help and who really need justice, this are the first place them come. We not have to call the name. This are the first place them come. No LIQ kerosene oil can come over here and come give me a sad story. There's a reason why they pick and choose which channel to go to. Because they know who they can take for fool. Some of the one about the things that them can come and can reshape the narrative. Like about Sir people. Listen, when I called out police, it wasn't even trendy. When I called out crooked cops, it wasn't even trendy. Now it's trendy because of the whole George thing in a foreign. But they are running, all of a sudden everybody turn black revolutionary. You sit back and I laugh. Right? Who go through how much hassle, right? From look at how much data and come show and say Indicom must exist. Backridge police, my back truth and reason. Backridge police. Me telling them say, listen, West Kingston is a normal place. And people jump on me, oh, every day they fight. And the very next day, Gardner embarrassing. Gardner embarrassing by making police run left MG. Because by fooling own a narrative, right? See, the woman I say, no, nobody do nothing around there and them run guy around there. And I say, people at Jamaica, don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. Because the tactics them, with the kerosene them have run a garden and a normal thing. Garden is legendary when it comes on to that. Right? And they bring them God up. Well, residents them say nothing no go so and no shoot out them with a gun lie police that tell. And the very next day, we see man pan top a police van. I laugh. I laugh because police have to run left that. Just like how the pitney will give be a trouble and the parent no one call out the pitney and make the pitney know so this can't go on. And the parent back the pitney and the pitney keep embarrassing the parent and that a reaching now. When you jump out the video, low garden people alone, them not nothing, them not the people them innocent and garden embarrassing now. Embarrassing now. Police run left car around there. And now the car go still around there. Big up on yourself still. Patreon squad, you don't know what's going on, thanks for the support. People 2020, I'm charged. I'm charged up. Bless up.